Hi, my name is Danny Harbert, and my action research is on increasing graduation rates here at Huntington High School. So what is the research about? The research is about increasing graduation rates by using intervention specialists such as our principals, teachers, counselors, and our graduation coach to help get feedback on what kind of strategies and things that we can do to improve our graduation rate here at Huntington High School. We're also going to take a look at national programs and see what public schools across the United States have done with common best practices to increase their graduation rates. So what is the problem? The current problem at Huntington High School is that we have a graduation rate of 74% as of the 2016-2017 academic year. Our state average is 90%. So by the year 2022, it would be nice to see our graduation rate get to that 90th percentile. Why did I want to do this research? Well, there are a lot of contributing factors, but the biggest thing is our students. Every day we see students at this school who struggle, who have issues with poverty, challenges with drug and illicit use out in their communities, and other several issues that prevent them from graduating on time. I want to include and introduce some strategies to help these students so that they can graduate on time and be successful in whatever goals that they have in their life. So here are the proposed questions. The first one is, what are the graduation rates at Huntington High in the last 5 years? What do the intervention specialists in the community recommend to help with the drug problems, poverty issues, and generational educational issues? What demographic factors contribute to the graduation rate problem? And what strategies can Huntington High utilize to increase the attendance rates? What does the research say about increasing graduation rates? Well, there was a study done in Chicago on the Chicago Public Schools. From 2007 to 2014, they increased their graduation rate from 49% to 69%, a 20% increase in only 7 years. They did it by using these 6 strategies here on the board. Making use of early warning indicators, focus on attendance data, embrace collective responsibility for academic success, raise the bar to B's or better, foster supportive relationship to ease transitions, and assess and refine disciplinary practices. The second study that I researched was one done in the Outer Banks of North Carolina at a high school called First Flight High School. Currently they have a 95% graduation rate. The high school principal there, Artie Tillett, had a quote and he said, "None of these programs is a magic bullet for improving graduation rates, and he firmly believes a combination of different approaches is necessary to generate consistently high graduation rates." Basically, he's saying that there's not one special formula. There's an eclectic formula where you're taking different strategies from multiple different angles and you're trying to make it your own at your own school to meet the specific needs of your own school. Here are the 6 strategies that he introduced. Implement freshman activity initiatives, create a master schedule that reflects 9th graders scheduled in a common area for core classes, use the hybrid schedule to assist those students who have both strengths and weaknesses, schedule focused interventions for struggling learners on a weekly basis, schedule common planning time for freshman core teachers, and utilize a pyramid of interventions to ensure all students meet standards for promotion. So the methods and results. To start my action research, I wanted to see what the current data was on graduation rates at the national, state, and county level. On the next slide, you can see the current data for our nation and our state. This was found from the National Center for Educational Statistics. As you can see here on our map, West Virginia is at the 90th percentile for graduation rates. We are only one of two states who have a 90% or higher graduation rate. The national average is 84%, so West Virginia is above that 84%. However, when you look at Huntington High's graduation rates, our current rate is 74% from 2016 and 2017. Now, going back from 2009 to 2010, when it was 67%, we have bumped up 7 percentage points. However, we are still 13 percentage points below our state average, and we are 10 percentage points below the national average. So the first thing that we got feedback from the intervention specialist was the attendance rates. We have a really bad attendance issue here at Huntington High School that we need to get fixed. We need to get our students to school so that the different resources and different teachers and different intervention specialists can go in and help these students graduate on time by giving them what they need to meet their academic issues. Going back to 2009-2010, we had a 93% attendance rate here in the county. As of right now, though, we have an 87% attendance rate. Actually, that's at Huntington High School. 93% at Huntington High School in 2009-2010, and now it's 87%. So we've gone down significantly 6 percentage points in the last 6-7 years. So once again, the U.S. average is 84%, West Virginia is 90%, Cabell County is at 84%, and Cabell Midland is at 92%. They are the other high school here in the county. Huntington High School currently sits at 74%. So how do we fix this? My first step was to reach out to intervention specialists by sending out a survey. When I got the survey back on the different issues that face our school and the obstacles and challenges that we have, there were 4 main issues that our intervention specialists came up with. Number 1 is recovery classes are not working. 2 is illicit drug use. 3 is we have attendance issues. And 4, there's not enough extracurricular activities for students. Or maybe we're not reaching out to them to get them involved in a club, a sport, choir, band, theater, and so forth. So recovery classes, the intervention specialists were 50-50 on this. 50% of them think that it is too strict, and the other 50% feels like it's not strict enough. And so, actually 50% feel like it's too strict, the other 50% feel like the program is fine and that the kids are doing well. So here's what I found out for some research. Number 1, the centerpiece of credit recovery programs is the focus on personalization. If anything, a credit recovery solution provides an enhanced learning experience supplemented by a system that charts student progress, tracks the credit accumulation, and projects on-time graduation. It also creates individualized academic plans and setting expectations without lowering standards. So with those things being said, the research is saying that our recovery programs are working across the United States. So maybe we need to adjust the way that we have our recovery classes and how we administer those classes to students to make sure that they are graduating on time. Drug intervention. In Huntington High area, we have, in our community, we have a lot of drug issues, and these are some of the things that the intervention specialists said we could use as strategies. Number 1, use resources of counseling, police, health, teachers, drug recovery organizations, student and teacher mentors, and guest speakers. They also said anything that educates the students on risk of any kind of risky behavior as it pertains to sex, violence, and drugs, and those kind of issues, that's a good thing that we can educate these students so that they don't fall victim to some of the drug use and some of the issues that we have out in our community. With that being said, we know that some of these students, their parents and their siblings are already using, and so we also want to provide recovery resources for them. The last thing that they would mention on the illicit drug use is maybe trying to find people who are currently involved in drugs, a mentor such as another teacher or another student who can help that student who's struggling out and get them out of their addiction issue or out of their drug issue, or maybe out of a bad family issue where drugs are involved. So here are the attendance strategies that they came up with. The first thing is we need to hire an attendance director who's solely responsible for making sure that everyone is going to school. If kids aren't going to school, what kind of resources can we provide their family and themselves to help them get here? We feel like once the kids get to our school, the teachers and the staff here are great and they can help them out. It's just that battle of trying to get them to school and get them the resources that they need so that they can graduate on time. Those are the issues that we're facing. We also need to investigate the issues that are at the beginning of the school year so that we can provide any means of transportation, food, and monetary help if needed so that students can get to school. And then find creative ways to influence students to want to come to school. They can include rewards, incentives, and daily announcements. And then we need to provide and communicate extracurricular activities. We have a vast variety of extracurricular activities here at Huntington High, but not all students know about it. So I feel like we need to communicate on the intercom and by talking to students in the hallway, try to get them interested in different extracurricular activities, and also maybe join a club of some sort. We have our club days on Fridays. Anything to get the student involved and engaged in our school, and it will help out their attendance, and hopefully it will help them graduate on time. The things that help out with extracurricular activities is improved academic performance, better time management, learn new and useful skills, develop a sense of commitment, develop a sense of responsibility, and it helps you develop new friends. So the conclusion is that with the combination of using research information of effective strategies and common best practices and increasing graduation rates for public schools across the country, as well as using the strategies and feedback from our intervention specialists here at Huntington High School, we should be able to implement a new plan that will increase our graduation rate of 74% and reach the goal of 90% by the year 2022. Thank you for listening to my action research plan. I hope to get the ball rolling on this plan because I do think it would be effective, and I do think it would make strides in our community and help our kids succeed in the classroom and also out in the real world when they start their careers. Thank you.